Hello, Mr. Helicopter Man. Attack. Right for you. You're down to 3%. I do like the level up system in this game. It's also in Advance Wars Dark Run. It was the last one that they made on the Game Boy DS. Which, I don't know. I liked what was it, Dark Dawn or whatever it's called? Days of Ruin. There it is. It was a grittier Advance Wars where, you know, we're gonna sort of step away from the whole like, oh, you're powering up for your super, or you're powering up for your CO power, and we're gonna replace that with more minor passive buffs to your COs. You know, like this infantry unit gains plus 10% attack, which is not that much. Versus, you know, or, you know, airplanes lose their fuel 10% less or something. I don't know. Alright, let me see, Alright, great. You didn't produce anything like an idiot, so I'm just gonna go put this guy right on top of the helicopter airport thing, and that's the end of that. Basically, you are not producing any more units unless you can displace my airplane from hovering over top of it. This is, like I said, this is sort of where the scales start to tip in my favor. I've not only got unit count advantage, you know, economy is pretty much on my favor as well. So this battle's more or less over at this point, short of him producing like a heavy metal. If he produces a heavy metal, then I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble pushing through him. But with 3 metals roughly in the area, I should be able to counteract that pretty quickly, I think. I can, yeah, literally start putting stuff on top of unit producing bases. That'll be it. Do. So, unrelated to anything we're talking about right now or what you're watching, I've been watching this weird anime, and I don't know why I stuck with it. It was kind of a very, like, it was this weird start to this show that I probably should have bounced off of, because it just was not anything that really should entertain me or make me want to watch it. But like the somewhere in like the halfway or one third mark through the show, which again, that's many episodes. I started picking up on this theme that was sort of interesting, and that is it's a story. It's a comedy. First of all, it's a wacky, trash anime comedy about a middle school boy, and he's got a slime friend who he basically, through magic, brought his slime to life, and her name's Punya. Anyways, so this whole show is a bit of like slapstick, and a little bit of making fun of like some Japanese tropes, like for instance, I may have mentioned this in a previous episode, but he was in his room, and he bumped into the bookcase or the shelf of some sort, and a toy truck falls off the top and strikes him in his head, which is how every isekai begins, is that the main character gets hit by a truck. In this case, it's just a toy truck, so of course he's not dead. But he has this isekai episode dream where he's in this alternate universe with magic and such. And but sort of again, it's silly. It's supposed to be funny. It's you're not really supposed to take it too seriously. But this underlying current of one, I'm getting too old, because when he wished for the slime, he was young. He was like really, really young. Okay, now he's in middle school, and now he's running into sort of this personal crisis where he's getting too old for toys, but he still likes toys. And he does that. They do that in a way where they basically explained that as a younger child he liked things that were cute. And boys aren't supposed to like cute things. They're supposed to like heroic things. And he wasn't interested in those. He was interested in the cute things. And the question he asked a lot, or in this flashback, is why can't boys like cute things? And for most of us, you can just sort of shrug your shoulders and go, well, no, anyone can like anything, it's not a... But as a kid, at a certain point, it's like, oh yeah, you're a baby. So... And, anyways... So the show's continuing on, and another thing that the main character has problems with, he has trouble making friends, because... this incident that happened when he was in preschool has scarred him. He doesn't really trust people too much. But then he, as the show goes on, he's learning through not only himself, meeting these new people, and Punya, that, how to make friends and how to be, a good person who, they invite you to do things and you don't feel like a complete and utter loner. And in a way, Punya helps him do that, even if he doesn't want to admit it. And sort of her main motivation is she wants him to tell her that she's cute, and he refuses to do it because, again, you're middle school kid. You don't like your mom anymore. Your mom's not cool. At a certain point, at one. Well, I'll speak for myself. There was a point when I was like 10 or so. And my mom would put her arm around me and I'd be like, oh, I love my mommy. And then at some point, you start getting a little older and like, no, mom, stop it. Don't put your arm around me. That's for babies, or that shows weakness or whatever. And it's like, eventually you grow out of that because, a combination of you're getting more mature, you're not as hormonal, and because of the change in the your hormones, you don't really give a fuck what people start saying about you because you've lived through that, and that didn't make you any more happy or sad. you know, liking your parents or whatever, and you like at a certain point stop taking your classmates' opinions so seriously, particularly when you realize that they're kind of big fucking losers as well. In a way, you know. I'm not gonna get too deep into that because you start creating straw men to basically justify yourself in a way. You're like, oh well, they all peaked in high school, ha ha ha. You don't know that. They might have peaked in high school, or they might have continued to be successful through their adulthood, and in which case, good for them. Good for them. If you were successful in your middle school years, your high school years, and now you're an adult and you have kids or don't have kids or have a wife or you don't have a wife for whatever reason, you know, and you're living the best life, then, you know, thumbs up to you. I can't wish ill on you, you know, but, you know, hopefully at the same time, you're not like, you've matured as well, you know, you're not like stuck in like a high school mentality. I mean, you'd have to move on from that at some point to fit in as an adult in society. Or maybe I'm just a fool. But I thought it was kind of interesting, and sort of like how a lot of jokey whatever animes, you know, they go for, you know, they have, say, 13 episode season or 13 episode run or 20 something episode run, and they will spend, you know, the first episode or two establishing the characters, the next, we'll say 18 or so episodes having goofy adventures, and then we're gonna get deadly serious in the last 2 or 3 episodes. That's when all the plot's gonna happen, all the drama's gonna happen, you know. Where we're going to address all of the things that were sort of in the background, people's feelings and you know, things that were left unsaid or unresolved or whatever. So, I mean, I don't mind that, particularly as it's designed to be a comedy, which is supposed to entertain you, but you want to have a deeper meaning as well. So you don't want to dive deep into like teen angst drama, because at a certain point you just can't sustain that, because your audience is only willing to wait so long for a payoff, and once you have your payoff, then you end up having to double down in some way, and it's not sustainable in a storyline. So that's my philosophy, my thought on it. So I talked about about if they made a heavy metal, I'd be in trouble. I've been sort of ignoring the fact that there's a heavy metal here on their base that's, as you can see, is requiring me to not only prevent it from leaving this square, because if he leaves this square, he'll produce another unit, which could also be another heavy metal. And I'm also trying to surround it and deal damage to it so that I can get it off the board, and then I will win this mission. Right.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander. I'm just befuddled. I'm just sort of messing around right now, because all of my units surrounding the heavy metal have finished their turns, so just making sure I do the mundane stuff, I guess. Make sure that things are being captured. Units are being moved up regardless if they're going to actually make it there. Like this heavy metal I just produced. Probably not going to come anywhere close to this. because he's going to die in about a turn or two. Yeah, he chose not to heal, so he's going to die now. Yeah, I kind of wanted my gunship. Thank you, though. That should be it. Yep. It is so cruel. What is it? Is as you said, my lord, we have learned the Tatatra, an arms dealer Ozor met in secret on the day before the incident. Good work. Continue with the operation. As you wish, my command. Your wish is my command. Orzo, not a man to be trifled with. Partnering with such a man as the Tatara clan forgotten their honor and ran too true to his vainglorious ambitions. The truly just for greed. What are his true motives? Proceed. Pray. Why did I... Did it. Ambush! Wonderful. Tiny metal, tiny metal. Nathan decided to make a break for the Japanese capital, Edo City, using the fastest route that would require assault in a valley that ran between the mountains of Iga and Koga. Unbeknownst to him, the team of Japanese special force known as the Ninja Unit was patiently lying in ambush. Manner to those of the Iga and Koga mountains. A truly eerie place, nothing like our truly beautiful Artesian mountains. This place is totally different feeling of the ruggedness. We can't begin to imagine what's lurking out there. Does it have to make any difference? Breaking through the valley is our fastest route to the capital. We must press on. Yeah, this will be your grave, Armesian dogs. For today, you are a mere prey of the ninja unit's Iga and Koga mountains. Give up your guard in advance. Snipers get to move on. Sniper units can attack distance. Though few in number, snipers are effective against infantry units. You should not move them to the front lines without a good reason. Against there's troops sliding ahead in ambush. First, fire at the first sign of enemy that cross your path. That's a tank. That's big vision, holy shit.
What's new?
Because I don't know what else this thing's good for. Other than vision. Of course, I shouldn't say that. I know snipers are... If you can keep them behind your other units safe, they're very useful. That's, I guess, how I should put it. They're very useful units to use. If you put them in the front line, they will more than likely die immediately. And they're more than likely, they're only good against infantry and mech type units, I'm going to imagine. They're probably not going to be very useful, say, against a tank, unless they created something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you should be able to snipe a tank. Oh, good. What do we have here? Not going to let me look at it, I guess. It's okay. 22 damage is not super great. Considering well. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay, never mind. Okay. I was mistaken. I thought for some reason. Like, hey, you remember that thing that happened 2 seconds ago? No, I've completely forgot it. I completely forgot my last move. Completely forgot about it. Well, how did you get there then? I don't remember. These guys are clearly supposed to be stronger versions of... Oh yeah, look at that. That was a bad trade. Over there, could those be infantry units? The timing seems a little strange. I only heard rumors, but it could be Zippanese, elite Zippanese, famous for their abilities to operate deep within the enemy territory. Vivian was the ninjas, the most dire. No going back, all divisions, maximum arc must break through their lines. So hopefully, I'm guessing, based on the fact that I don't have access to bases, I'm guessing they probably don't have bases either, so there's a limited number of guys that are on the field that I should be aware of. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, I guess.
Sir, your orders?
So I'm kind of glad I got vision here, even though the vision in this bottom left does not seem to be at all worth my time. At least it lets me know that there's nothing coming from the bottom left. Or if it is, it's going to come very slowly because it's all plateaus and mountains. So it's good enough, I guess.
Affirmative. Orders received.
Affirmative. Enemy is extremely fast. All units be sure to pay attention to all angles of approach. Maximum arc status. Basically surround them and blow them up in one fell swoop. Like this. Well, I obviously saw him, so yeah, I'm gonna have to attack that. Let the little damage that he can deal to you. Okay, he's dead. Good, great. Focus the fire. All right, sweet. We'll just keep moving down here.
Unstoppable. You right, mate?
Beat all enemies. Wait. Oh, you see that, man? He came up out of the bushes and just fucking murked my guy.
One shot.
That's okay. We're gonna make him pay for that by locking down on him with our snipers. That's 60%, and then we'll just bring in someone else to finish him off. That's 75. That's not a lot. Well, not what I was expecting. Kinda hoping you would do more damage than that. That's okay though. We'll sneak in behind you. Focus fire on you. And now you're down to 19%.
Sir, your orders?
So I probably should have brought down you and just taken 0 damage. Fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, we captured that building too. Which will be good for... question mark. It'll be good for healing, is what it'll be good for. If I need to heal, that is.
You right, mate?
Fear
We gotta retreat. That's my personal opinion. We gotta retreat here. That's fine. That's okay. Even though I took damage on that, you can see the trade was worse for him because I'm in the forest. So now I can do this, and we can overload. Do I have? No, I don't have the ability. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill him on this turn. But I was going to say I have this mech here. Alright, that's a good lockdown. Yep. That's what I was worried about. I was worried that snipers would not be at all effective against, well, metals at least. Alright, well that's okay. We're still okay. We're just gonna do this here. And that'll be good enough.
All units, open fire.
So even though he's not dead yet, that's okay. Alright. Will give us what we need, which is basically Alright, let's keep going. I'm not sure if this tank is the last thing or there's more guys down here or not. So we gotta sort of plan around that. Oh yeah, there's more guys down here. That's fine. I'm not sure why you moved yourself there. That doesn't make sense to me. That made no sense to me. Like you should have moved that guy back. I guess it didn't matter, did it? I'm not sure if I would have gotten out of his range or not. Hard to say.
Hey, look, the cavalry's here.
Yeah, we're healing. I should retreat you, but I'm not going to do that.
New orders. Cheerio then.
And the answer is obvious, isn't it? Yep, you're dead. Won't even be all that hard. Lock on.
For a coordinated strike.
Lock on. One more.
Mike.
Close enough.